Hello, this tutorial is going to go over how to add a simple ribbon form to your Showit site from Flodesk. Flodesk is a email marketing platform. If you're not familiar with it, you should check it out. They have really beautiful website template, or not website templates, email templates, and they make it super easy to create awesome forms that you really don't have to code extra to get to look the way you want, which is amazing. So let's get started. I'm going to pop over to Flodesk. This is the dashboard if you're not familiar. You can create cool different emails, but we're going to focus on forms today. And the way that Flodesk is set up is you have segments. So, for example, you may have one segment that's your newsletter. You may have one segment that is a waitlist. So whenever you're creating a form, you are going to attach it to a specific segment so that when somebody signs up for that form, they are added to that segment. You can then create emails and send them to individual segments. So let's pop into forms here. You have a couple of different options. You have pop-up forms. You've got full page forms, which kind of act as landing pages. Here's an example of a pop-up form that I did that pops up on my homepage. And then you have your inline forms, which can be directly embedded, which is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to select inline, and then this plain looking ribbon banner, which we can then customize. So now it's going to have me choose a segment, and I'm just going to select my newsletter segment for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, we're going to click on any of the different boxes here to pull up the editor. And you can see here that you automatically get font size, font color, alignment, and even spacing, which is pretty cool. So we're working on this. It's basically just a text box. You just type in what you'd like for copy. You can change the font, which is awesome. They have so many fonts. It makes it so easy to match your brand without having to custom code, which can be not fun. Even the different thicknesses and boldnesses. I'm in love with this platform. I think it's great. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick a font for this. You can even work on the spacing, line height and letter spacing, which is pretty cool. You can see it changing there. No more CSS to do this, which is great. And then over here on the form section, you can see that you have an option for canvas colors, the width of the canvas. You can make things quite a bit smaller. You can see it's made it quite a bit smaller now. It's really pretty versatile, which is pretty cool. I usually turn all of this off, background color and canvas color, because I like to have it drop on top of whatever I am building in Showit. But that is completely up to you. You could have white backgrounds. If you have, there's literally so many options. It's great. So for the sake of this, I'm going to turn the color back on just to show you what it can look like here. The form here, you can also, if I make this a different color, the background color and canvas color are similar, but if I turn the background color off, and then I turn this canvas color to, let's say it's light blue. Actually, I'm just going to turn them both off. Oh, and it looks like they've added a place for you to add your brand colors, which was not there before, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to turn these off. Canvas color off for now. And then for the form, which is over here, you can change the style of the shapes of these here. You can change the color of the border. So I could change this to black. I'm going to change it back to this. You can have it gray or white. And then you can also change the font on here as well. So if you click on this here, maybe it's an input. There we go. So, for example, if I wanted to say join instead, I could change this to Futura. I could change this to black. I could change the color to red. It is pretty amazing what all you can do to customize this stuff. Here's the input. Now I'm going to go over to font. Now I'm going to change this to Futura as well. So you can see how many options you really have here, and how fun it is to really play around with it. So after you're happy with the way it looks, with your backgrounds and all kinds of stuff, you have this option for a message for what people see after they subscribe. So you can't do your own, but they have many different ones that you can pick from, which is awesome. So after you're done, you are going to go to next. Should we notify you when a new subscriber opts in? You have that choice. And then you can either display that success message we just saw or redirect them to a URL, which then you would input here if you have a thank you page or something that you wanted to link to. Okay, and here's where you're going to get your codes. And this is where we are going to go back in to Showit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you just on a blank page because it's just going to be easier that way. Okay, this is just a blank page, but bear with me. Okay, so we are going to open up a embed code here. And then the first thing I'm going to do is copy this first header code, paste it, hit return, and then I'm going to copy this inline code and paste that as well. Save. And there it is. I'm going to pull this out so that it is oriented the way that I want. Let's pull this out a little farther. Here we go. And centering it here. Popping over on mobile, you can see looks a little wonky. Looks better. And it is pretty optimized for mobile as well. So then I'm going to go ahead and preview it just so you can see what it looks like. And voila, it looks pretty darn cool. This is the input. This is the join button. And that is Flodesk and their ribbon form for embedding into Showit. If you are interested in checking Flodesk out, I do have a discount code. So leave me a message or shoot me a DM on Instagram if you are interested in that. All right, guys, stay tuned for next week.